Something inside the Indiana Fever suddenly feels completely wrong. And honestly, Caitlin Clark fans are starting to panic because they think they finally caught the moment everything changed. Because over the last few days, Caitlin Clark quietly revealed multiple things that completely exposed what's really happening behind the scenes in Indiana. And trust me, once fans started connecting all the dots together, this stopped feeling like a normal basketball story. Now, it feels like the pressure around Caitlin Clark is starting to become dangerous. And honestly, that's the part making Fever fans nervous right now. Because this no longer feels like the Fever are struggling. Now it feels like Indiana may secretly be trying to rebuild Caitlin Clark herself in real time. And fans are terrified it could either create the most unstoppable version of Caitlin ever, or emotionally drain the biggest star in women's basketball before the season even settles down. So before this gets even crazier, comment below right now. Do why you think Caitlin Clark is secretly frustrated inside Indiana's system. Because after these interviews, fans seriously think they noticed something emotional changing in her.
Well, obviously I've only made 1 3 tonight. But like I haven't let that affect me. I obviously haven't shot the ball as well as I would have liked the first 2 games, but my shot feels great and I feel like it's right there, but I haven't let that bother my mind through these first 2 games. And you know, the best thing I can do for this team is play make. Like at the end of the day, I can score the ball, I can make threes, but what I can do best for this team is make plays for my teammates, and I know that. And you know, getting my feet in the paint, spraying it to my teammates. I think that's, you know, what I'm trying to focus on the most, and that, you know.
And honestly, the biggest clue came from a technical foul. Now normally, that sounds meaningless. But this time, it felt huge. Because after another exhausting emotional game, Caitlin Clark finally snapped at the refs. And honestly, a lot of Fever fans weren't even shocked anymore. Because people online have started noticing something uncomfortable recently. Caitlin Clark doesn't look fully happy right now. The smiling, the swagger, the confidence. It's still there sometimes, but not like before. And once she walked into that press conference, everything suddenly got awkward because Stephanie White instantly tried protecting her publicly. But Caitlin interrupted her and quietly admitted, "I deserved my technical." Now on the surface, that sounds mature. But fans think that moment revealed something much deeper. Because for the first time, Caitlin Clark sounded emotionally exhausted. Not physically, mentally. And honestly, that's the part starting to scare Fever fans. Because this isn't Iowa anymore. This isn't college where Caitlin walked into arenas like a superhero controlling the entire game effortlessly. Now she's dealing with constant physical hits, league pressure, media chaos, officiating frustration, and the pressure of carrying an entire franchise at the exact same time. And fans are starting to wonder if all of that is quietly catching up to her emotionally behind the scenes. But then things got even more uncomfortable. Because Caitlin Clark finally stopped staying silent about officiating too. And trust me, this changed everything. Because rookie year Caitlin Clark would get hit driving to the rim and never say anything publicly. She would get shoved, grabbed, knocked down, and still smile through interviews afterward. But now, she's finally pushing back.
Just what do you guys make of it so far? And I know that they've tried to knock course graduate.
I'll take this. Well,
So this first one is in regards to the referees.
well, I was just gonna say I deserve my technical. I know that.
All right.
They don't need any comments.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think, look, you know, the reality is a lot of us spend a lot of time in the off season on various committees trying to remedy this officiating thing. And, you know, what we said was that we wanted everything called. Freedom of movement needs to be a thing. And it was not tonight. And I think that There's going to be a calibration, of course, there is. But this felt a lot like last year to me. And
yeah, it was a lot of fouling today. It was brutal out there today.
And Fever fans instantly noticed the shift. Because suddenly Caitlin Clark wasn't acting like a rookie trying to survive the WNBA anymore. Now she sounded like somebody realizing, I'm the face of this league too. And honestly, that changes everything. Because once superstars stop staying quiet, organizations start feeling pressure too. And somehow, the biggest reveal, STILL, had nothing to do with refs. It was Stephanie White's offense. Because quietly, without directly admitting it, Stephanie White may have accidentally exposed the biggest problem inside Indiana right now. The Fever offense looks broken. And honestly, fans are tired of pretending it doesn't. Because all season long fans have been screaming the same thing online. Why does Indiana sometimes look completely frozen around Caitlin Clark? Too much standing. Too much isolation. Too much waiting. And honestly, fans are tired of watching Caitlin forced to create miracles every single possession while the offense barely moves around her. But then Stephanie White revealed something very important. The Fever are now trying to completely rebuild how Caitlin Clark plays offensively. Now they want her constantly moving, running, cutting, flying across the floor, receiving the ball while already attacking instead of standing still. And honestly, fans have wanted Theet's version of the offense forever. Because when Caitlin Clark plays fast, chaotic, emotional basketball, that's when defenses completely panic. That's when the arena explodes. That's when Indiana finally starts looking terrifying. But here's the scary part. The Fever STILL don't fully look comfortable doing it yet, and fans are beginning to panic because they think Indiana is trapped between two completely different identities. One side wants safe, controlled basketball. The other side wants full Caitlin Clark chaos. And right now, the team looks stuck somewhere in the middle. And honestly, fans think that confusion is affecting Caitlin emotionally too. Because then came the most revealing moment of all, her shooting slump. Now yes, the numbers haven't looked great.
First half, so just something for us to learn and clean up.
All right, so you heard her say it. Her shot feels good, even though it's not dropping. Okay, and but she's not letting it rattle her confidence. She's not letting it get to her, and that's a good thing. I mean, at the end of the day, we've watched Steph Curry. I mean, he had a game where I think he went 0 of 10, 0 of 11 or something like that. And we know he's the best shooter to ever touch a basketball. So this happens. I think she will find her shot. And to be honest, it's one or two shots, you know. In that Dallas game, she goes 2 of 9 from 3. She finishes the game with 20 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. But instead of going 2 of 9, if she goes 4 of 9, she finishes with 26 points and 7 assists. You know what I mean? Even in the game versus the Sparks, instead of her going 1 of 7, if she went 3 of 7, she got a 30 piece. You know what I mean? And it's, you know, so it's just a couple shots. And with a shooter like that, you know, all the shooter need, scorer and a shooter need is to see 1 or 2 go down. So I think once you start to see some go down early.
But honestly, I don't think Fever fans are worried about the misses anymore. I think they're worried about hair. Because Caitlin Clark quietly admitted something most superstars would never admit publicly. She said physically she feels okay, but mentally, there's still a hurdle. And honestly, that may be the most brutally honest thing she's said since entering the WNBA. Because players at her level usually fake confidence publicly. They hide weakness. They protect the image. They pretend everything feels perfect. But Caitlin didn't. She openly admitted the mental battle is real. And once Fever fans heard that, everything suddenly started making sense. The rushed shots, the emotional reactions, the frustrated body language, the exhausted energy. Fans are starting to realize Caitlin Clark may still be mentally recovering from Evert von Misergridian Magwitch Cup Store. Det arbeider work to a skivningsintersection. Anterpermal of a Scots. Mordvarisation. The hard fouls. The non-stop spotlight. The pressure. The expectations. The chaos surrounding every single game she plays. And honestly, that would emotionally break almost anybody. But somehow, even during what fans are calling a bad stretch, Caitlin Clark is still all putting up superstar numbers, which honestly might be the scariest part for the rest of the WNBA. Because if this is supposedly struggling, what happens once she fully trusts herself again mentally? And trust me, that's the question Fever fans can't stop asking themselves right now. Because suddenly this doesn't feel like a normal slow start anymore. Now it feels like Indiana is secretly trying to unlock the next evolution of Caitlin Clark in real time. And if Stephanie White actually figures this out, the rest of the league may have a massive problem coming. So now I seriously want to know what you think. Are Fever fans overreacting? Or did Caitlin Clark quietly reveal something much bigger happening behind the scenes inside Indiana? Comment below. Hit subscribe and stay locked in. Because this Indiana Fever season already feels completely out of control.